but their experience had not prepared them for what they first saw on a freezing January the 30th in 1862. Gone were the traditional wooden frigate's tall masts, clouds of sail and gun decks bristling with cannon. Instead, in stunned disbelief, they beheld a metal tube, just 179 feet long, with only a circular gun turret and square pilot house protruding above the water. A full-scale replica in the Mariners Museum, Virginia, dramatically demonstrates this shift.
Yeah, you have these images from sort of older sailing vessels like in Master and Commander and the traditional great wooden frigates and whatnot, but the officers are in the back and the captain has the beautifully set up table and the officers all live and work essentially in the stern of the ship with very well lit rooms and beautifully appointed apartments. And here, the officers' country was actually quite nicely set up, but everybody is mixed up much more together. There's a real social change that came with the new technology of iron.
Yeah, a social change that didn't really set well with the crew, and probably not so well with some of the officers too, the traditional officers, because we all know Navy's very traditional.
While the luxury and space formerly afforded the officers had vanished, the crew were now subject to new and unwelcome surveillance from their superiors.
The wardroom bulkhead that actually separated the crew quarters from the officers' quarters, there were two portholes in it, the only two portholes in the monitor, by the way, and they were internal, but it allowed an officer just to stand up and walk out and just to see what was happening on the berth deck.